The law of bees, the queen's divine order, creation, community, and the sacred code of life. Welcome, divine ones, to the Sacred Law series. Today we awaken to the law of bees, a sacred reflection of order, purpose, and divine feminine creation. From the smallest honeycomb to the majestic queen bee, the hive is a universe of divine intelligence, mirroring how spirit organizes life itself. In this episode, we will explore the scientific, the spiritual, and the symbolic wisdom of the bee, the pros and cons of modern beekeeping and environmental change, and what to do if you encounter a hive in your own space. Bees are more than honeymakers. They are architects of an ecosystem. 1/3 of the world's food supply depends on pollination by bees. Without bees, over 80% of flowering plants would not produce. The queen bee lays up to 2,000 eggs per day, maintaining the population of the hive. The worker bees, all female, nurture, clean, feed, protect, and communicate, of course, through a sacred waggle, dance, sharing the location of food source. When bees die, the ecosystem collapses. Crops fail, animals starve, and the chain of creation weakens. Scientists call this colony collapse disorder, CCD, where entire hives disappear due to pesticides, radiation, parasites, and environmental disruption. Yet through conservation and awareness, bee populations are now rebounding, a resurrection of divine balance in nature. The queen bee is not a tyrant. She is divine order personified. She emits a frequency, a sacred vibration that aligns every bee in purpose, peace, and productivity. That aligns every bee in purpose, peace, and productivity. Metaphorically, the queen represents the divine principle, the creative force that sustains life, leadership through harmony, not control, purpose through service. Every bee knows its role and fulfills it without envy or greed. She reminds us that true power is nurturing, not dominating. And just like her hive, our spiritual ecosystem thrives when we serve from purpose. When we serve from purpose, humility, and unity. Proverbs 16:24. Pleasant words are like honey, sweet to the soul and healing to the bones. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 8 calls the promised land a land flowing with milk and honey, symbolizing abundance and divine nourishment. In the Hermetic principles and philosophy, bees embody the law of correspondence. As above, so below. Their hives mirror cosmic order. The emerald tablets of Thoth speak of vibration and harmony with the divine pattern of creation. Just as bees vibrate in frequencies that sustain the earth. Neville Goddard would say, your mind is the hive. Your thoughts are the bees. What you allow to gather becomes the honey of your reality. So guard your mental hive carefully, for every thought creates sweetness or stings of sorrow. The pros of the bee world. Bees sustain global life through pollination. Honey has antibacterial, healing, and spiritual significance. Bees teaches us teamwork. Wow, they definitely teach us teamwork, discipline, and divine alignment. The overuse of pesticides and 5G radiation disrupts their frequency. These are cons. Industrials, agriculture destroy their food sources. Artificial hives can weaken genetic resilience. The solution: plant bee-friendly flowers. Plant bee-friendly flowers, lavender, sage, rosemary, cloves. Avoid pesticides. Support local beekeepers who practice sustaining and sustainable hiving. They practice sustainable hiving. They're professionals. They know how to go out there and grab those bees with no gloves on sometimes, and they carefully put them in a box, and they preserve our treasure here. Educate others about their importance. Awareness is divine stewardship. Do not disturb or spray it. Bees are non-aggressive when unprovoked. Keep a respectful distance. They are performing divine work. Contact a local beekeeper or bee rescue organization. They can safely relocate the hive without harm. See it as a blessing. See it as a blessing. Whenever you see bees flying around, it is a blessing. I've always been told that that's the spirit talking. It means abundance or blessings. Spirits may be sending you a message of abundance, fertility, and divine order entering your life. The law of bees teaches everything is divine order. Everything in divine order has a sacred purpose. Sweetness follows service. Unity sustains creation. The law of bees teach everything is divine order. Everything in divine order has a sacred purpose. Sweetness follows service. Unity sustains creation. When we live by these laws, we become as the hive, aligned, purposeful, and overflowing with abundance. I vibrate in harmony with divine order. My thoughts create the honey of my destiny. I honor creation by serving with divine love. I am aligned with the queen, the kingdom within, the divine feminine that brings forth life. I protect and nurture all that sustains the earth. And so it is. Thank you very much for listening. Like, subscribe. Your comments are welcome and very much appreciated. Peace and blessings.